but it is a real honor to bring in Everett Fitzhugh, the first voice of the Seattle Kraken. And I appreciate him taking the time today. Everett, welcome to the program. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Everett, how has your life changed since the announcement? And what day was it, by the way, specifically, that you're the first voice of the Seattle Kraken? What's your life been like?
You know, it's been amazing. I found out about this opportunity, publicly rather, on Friday. So I've had so many people reach out to me, so many wonderful messages from past colleagues, current friends, obviously my family, and everyone is excited. I've had a lot of NHL broadcasters reach out. They've been so welcoming and so warm and so kind. So it's been an amazing experience, and it's something that, you know, in my wildest dreams, I don't think I could have imagined it happening the way it has.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, you're qualified. You've been working in the ECHL in Ohio. Tell our viewers about your story, your backstory.
Yeah, so I got my broadcasting start back in college at Bowling Green State University. I was play-by-play announcer there for 3 years, and then I moved on to the USHL, the league office, where I worked in their communications and their marketing department as well. And then I went to Youngstown to get back on the radio. Same thing, carried over my public relations and my community relations duties there. And then now, having spent the past 5 seasons in Cincinnati doing all of our PR, all of our broadcasting, media outreach, team services. I help plan all of our trips and all of our buses and things like that. So a lot of hats that I've been wearing over the past few years, be it here in Cincinnati or, of course, in Youngstown.
Well, like I say, and I wanted the Canadian viewers here to know your story, because Seattle's not that far from Canada, and you are certainly eminently qualified for the job. Now, it's exciting, obviously, to get started from the ground up. Where do you go from here? Like, they've got a lot of people hired in Seattle. The expansion draft, of course, coming up. What's next in this exciting journey?
You know, I think right now is the buildup. There is just so much that's going to happen over this next year between all of our community events, and really trying to help continue to build that passion and to continue to build that interest for hockey in Seattle. I was very fortunate to go out on my interview process, and you can really just see it on everyone in town. My fiance and I were looking at places, and we were going around the town, and everybody kept saying, you know, we have a hockey team coming, right? You know, the NHL is on its way here, right? So just the people are so excited. Everyone is so excited up in Seattle. And I think that's going to be the fun part for me, is to help build and to continue to foster that fan base that's already growing there. And I know Vegas set a hugely high bar with making the Cup final in their first season. So hopefully we can experience a little bit of the success that Vegas had. But I think just being a part of that excitement and to be able to watch this go from the ground floor all the way up is going to be amazing.
Everett, John Lynch here. I hear, I don't know, it sounds a great story, but 50,000 season tickets sold for the hockey team. Is that possible?
I wouldn't hold that many, I don't think.
No,
Yes.
but I guess a lot of interest. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to say between tickets and then between the wait list, I think we're nearing that 50,000. I don't think it's that much yet, but between all of the deposits that we have now and then all of the wait list people on there, I think we're getting close to that 50,000 number.
Okay, let me tell the basic stuff. Who's your general manager and who's your coach?
Well, the general manager obviously is Ron Francis, and he's going to be the one who's in charge of hiring the coach. We don't have the coach yet. Obviously, we've got some scouts in place, but still working on that hockey operations department.
Let me ask you this. Just look back for a second. You mentioned your time in Cincinnati. What did you love about that? And tell our viewers what they don't know about the ECHL, because I'd like to think I'm a hockey guy, 17 years in the Western Hockey League. I follow all the leagues, but the ECHL, we don't get enough coverage up here. TSN really doesn't air much of the American Hockey League games. Talk about the ECHL and what you loved about that loop.
Yeah, I mean the ECHL. For those of you who may not know, it's the premier AA hockey league. So for those of you who may like baseball, it's like AA baseball. So you have ECHL, AHL, then you're up into the NHL. So we've got a team in Brampton and then a team in St. John, Newfoundland. So those are the Canadian connections to the ECHL. And then my time in Cincinnati was fantastic. This is where I learned how to work in a front office capacity. Play-by-play is 20% of my job here in Cincinnati. There is media relations. There's community relations. Like I said, I worked with all of our team services, so I planned all the hotels and the meals and the travel. I worked with our marketing department in helping to determine promotional nights and giveaway items and things like that. All the media outreach going on television and radio and really trying to help promote the team throughout the community here. So, my time here was a lot of long hours on a game day. I'll show up to the rink at about 9, and then if I'm home by about 12:30, my fiance is pretty happy with that. So it's a long day, but a lot of rewarding experiences that I was able to have here in Cincinnati.
Have you any thought at all who your color commentator will be there in Seattle?
I have no idea. And honestly, this role is just so new and so fresh. My official title is team broadcaster. So they're still trying to get the broadcasting deals and all the rights and all that stuff. So, as play-by-play, TV, radio, hosting, analyst, whatever the case may be, I know that my role is going to be somewhere within that broadcast department, but just specifics haven't been nailed down yet.
Last one for you, Everett. It's a hybrid. Producer Clark says, what did Everett learn from the Vegas Golden Knights that might help him through his process or give him an advantage as a broadcaster in year one? I will double down on that and say, how much does the term Vegas Golden Knights come up around the Seattle people that you heard? Like, they really set the trail for getting to the Stanley Cup, right? And I saw the thing about they sold 4 times the merch and so forth, but really all that matters, I believe, is what goes on the ice. So does it come up a lot? Is it a competition already?
Not officially, not within the organization, but I tell you what, my friends and the people that I've talked to in the hockey world have all said, you guys have a pretty tall task ahead of you. I mean, you have to beat Vegas. So I've already kind of had that ribbing back and forth with some of my friends. But as far as what I learned from that Vegas experience, I think would just be to take it all in. You and we as an organization are in a position where professional hockey, NHL hockey is going into a market where it's never been before. And we have an opportunity to create something special, to change the way that hockey is consumed in Seattle. Obviously, you've got the Vancouver Canucks right over the border. So personally, I look forward to stealing some of those Canuck fans away from Vancouver. But when you think about all the opportunities that we have in terms of Alaska, Idaho, Oregon, the rest of Washington State, you have a lot of new markets and new hockey fans that you can try to adopt and bring in. So that's what I think I learned, how important it's going to be to get that fan base riled up and into a frenzy. And from a broadcasting side of it, I spoke to Dan Duva, actually the voice of the Golden Knights, and he told me to have fun with it. Your first year in the NHL, regardless of what capacity you're going to be in, is going to be a lot of fun, and just run with it, have fun with it, meet and talk to as many people as you can. So that's what I think I'm most excited for about joining this organization.
All right, Everett. Well, kudos. It's exciting, very exciting. Thanks for the time and fitting us in. Enjoy the rest of these Stanley Cup playoffs, and we'll be watching for you soon.
Sounds good. I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you guys so much.
Betcha. Thank
you. Best of luck to you.
Everett Fitzhugh joining us, the TV voice of the Seattle Kraken.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.